do you think? Think we ought to grab a rock on this side, Dave? This is don't have a grommet on this top side.
Yeah, let's put a rock on there then.
Well, I'm trying to find a rock out here. Not having much luck. There really isn't a whole lot of rocks. Here's one. Here's one. This is a rare species. That's a Gulf Titus rock. Have you ever seen them? I don't know what it's doing out here, but use just a couple hair.
Yeah, what you do? Yeah. Well, Pat is pull that real tight there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tie a.
I was gonna just
tie a knot right around here, like a.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, because you don't want to pull that string too tight on the bottom, or you're gonna pull your tarp up.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and put a couple of half hitches over here on this string, like you're tying a square knot out. No, come around here and just tie that together like shoelace. There you go. While Pat's doing this, we're going to we moved the tarp down a little bit. We saw that we had a lot of extra space, and so we just thought we'd pull it down a little bit and get it a little bit lower to the ground, give us a little extra space. There you go. Pull it nice and tight. Now, because we got this long, pull that out there, and then we can just go ahead and pull that right out and tie off with. That'll be perfect.
Okay. You want to use the stake?
You're on. And he found the only rock in Missouri. We're gonna move that over a little bit, really. There's one in there. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if Pat dares hold this after last time. There we go. Tie that half hitch off there. Tie your taut line. Yeah, tie it right down there. See if I can just in here, right?
I did it wrong.
That's right. You're perfect. Keep going the same way. I go around one more time, both of them. Around both of them and slide that slippery through, and there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, all the way.
Tighten it up. And that'll hold in place. See that? Nice little knot. That's all tight. I got a little bit of baggy tarp here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this up. And Pat, you can help me here a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this piece of tarp here. Just go through that. Pull tight.
Oh, you're going to stick that stick in it?
Stick that stick through there.
That's all good.
I'll hold this way, you can just pull that through. Stick that stick right through there, and I'll hold that tarp right on there. There we go. And there's a world-class shelter. We'll get around the other side and show you what we got.
Looking pretty good.
How are we looking there, Pat?
Looking pretty good.
Does that look like it can shelter you? It's got a nice bed on it. It looks real good, man.
Yeah.
Looks like that'll keep the moisture out. If you need to, you can always pull those stakes in a little bit in the back. Pull that forward just a little bit, and it'll come all the way down to the ground. But we have the face of this, and it's facing east-southeast, so it'll get the sun in the morning, keep you warmed up in the morning, and I think it's going to protect you pretty well. So why don't we work on getting a fire going for you? Then we might be able to do some skills here. Let's grab some grass we're going to put around our cedar. Cedar in this area is one of the best of all the burners, and it will really grab a great coal. So we're going to put some grasses around it to hold it in our hand. He's going to roll that up into a bird's nest. And once we have it going, we'll put the cedar right into the center of it. And that'll give us our tinder bundle for our coal, or we can get that blown into a fire. Now we did bring some backup today. If we have trouble with this coal, with this bow drill, we're going to be able to do a flint and steel demonstration. So either way, we're going to get it to work. But I tested out this kit a little bit earlier, and I think this is going to work fine. We had a pretty good sized coal, so we're going to try and see how we work.
We just made this last night. Got it from some willow.
Willow on willow, right? That's what we're using. I'm going to give Pat my handhold right here.
I was going to say, what happened to mine? I thought it was on this board.
There you go, Pat. Make sure, because I was running that you tilt this head of the drill just a little bit forward. There you go. Nice full strokes, brother. All right, now go ahead and put a little bit of pressure down on that drill. Go a little bit faster. That's it. A little more pressure. A little faster. That's good. Just do that a couple times. All right, now what I'll tell you now, I want you to back off and go as fast as you can, about 4 strokes. That's good. Let's just let go. We got a coal.
Yep.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Don't worry about it. That was not too hard. Was that hard, bro?
No, that wasn't hard at all.
All right. Let's just let that set up for a minute. That coal's going to coagulate. Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. All right. He's going to take that coal. Let's get a little wind in there. And we're going to put that right into the middle. He was smart and put it on a leaf. We're going to put that right into the middle of the tinder bundle and gently blow that. Now I came prepared as he's blowing that with some small stuff that we can get this fire going, and we got wood all around us. It's dead and dry, so we ought to have a fire going here in no time. Clear these rocks out that we're going to use for flint and steel. Blow a little harder, brother, right through it. Imagine you're blowing my hand here. That's good. There you go. One more and you got the fire. Ooh. Smoke getting to you? There you go. Got it. Put her down there. Good job. Awesome. Get some of this small stuff caught. Kick the leaves back a little bit, Pat. All right, well, we get the small stuff on our fire. We'll be right back with you. Good job, bro. Thanks. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got plenty of wood. We got a fire started, so I'm going to get some wood. Get some wood on here. Keep it going for a while while we do some skill work. In the meantime, I'm going to take the cattails over and put them in the pond, and that'll rehydrate those so that we can use them for cordage in a few minutes. So pretty well. We're in good shape here, bro.
Yes,
we got a shelter, we got a fire, and we're ready to go. Some of you might be asking why we didn't ring this fire with rocks. There aren't any rocks out here. I can't believe this is Missouri. But it's all right. It's all good. We'll get a couple larger logs and put around there. We've got a couple back here, so get those and put around there so we won't get any blowout. So you have to get some more of them rocks, bro, and put over here.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to put your fire ring. You don't need a forest fire out here either, you know. Don't have to be way out 20 miles. We'll pull that around there and get it closed in, at least for now. There you go. All right. Well, we went scrounging and found some rocks, so got that ringed off, feel a little bit safer. We got a little bit of wind, maybe 10 miles an hour out here today. Don't want to have any problem where we end up getting something lit up. So what we're going to do next, I guess, is we're going to work with this yucca and make some cordage. What if we didn't have all that cordage to tie off that shelter? We're going to show you how to make some real quick and show Pat how to do this. All right, Pat did. What'd you do there, Pat? Cut this branch off of this oak tree?
Yep.
All right, and you cut this branch off this oak, as we said earlier, you want to keep your stuff off the ground. So you can take and put his water bottle up here. Got one off the other side. Put his bow drill up here. Have everything in good repair so he doesn't lose anything. All stays with him all the time. Pat found a little turtle shell out there in the bush, and down the road maybe he'll get a video where he can use some of these things, but for right now we're just going to use it for a little plate. Put a few of these things on so he doesn't lose that. Set it right in front under his tarp, and that's as good as all gold too. But we're in good shape, guys. We got a shelter, we've got a fire. Let's work on some cordage. Okay, what I'm going to do, Pat, is I'm just going to drag this yucca against the back of my knife. And what I'm doing is just breaking these fibers down and getting some of this green off of here. You want to do that with me as I'm doing it. Again, we're not trying to take the green off totally right now. We're just breaking these fibers down. Then we're going to put it down. And you can use a stick to do this. You can use a rock. But you see when I peel this away, you see all these fibers here? Those fibers are what we want, brother.
You're using the back.
Back end, oh yeah, we'll cut right through it in front of these knives. Pat's a knife maker, and we've been playing around and sharpening our knives today. And if we were to use the front of our knives, don't think we'd have very much left of these yuccas. So we're just using the back end. Again, we're trying to get this green off of here. We're going to do this side, we'll do the other side, and we'll be back with you to make some footage. See that? Nice fibers. All right, Pat's just finishing up there. So what we're going to do here, we're going to not use the whole thing. I'm going to show you. This is very strong, okay? There's just a single strand. It's got, I don't know, I'm probably putting 10 pounds, 15 pounds of pressure on there, and it takes quite a bit to break it. So next thing we're going to do then, Pat, once we have those strands like that, is we're just going to take and rub them in our hands. And what we're trying to do is get the rest of that off of there a little bit. But again, this is a quick cordage. This isn't anything. It's going to be a fine finished product. So I'm just rolling this in my hands. This turns your hands nice and green. Gets all that moisture out of there. And gets all those fibers separated a little bit. So get you doing that. Now, as much as you're doing that, so you get those fibers like this, and you can just use these fibers without even twisting it. Okay, good job. Very lightly. I'd use a smoother tree if I could. See how it just pulls that out of there. And then you got those fibers. So there's all the individual fibers here. And we're going to break those into 2 strips for right now. And again, doesn't matter that green's still on there. Still a little damp, but we're trying to work quick with it as it dries out. If we left this dry overnight and then rehydrated it, it would come apart a lot easier. And that's it. So just pull all those fibers apart. Now, have you done the reverse wrap before?
The way I've done it is you twist one way and wrap it the other.
That's a reverse wrap.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to be demonstrating today. What we're basically going to do is just take and tie the end of this off. Little overhand knot in there. One of the things you want to do, Pat, when you're looking for cordage, because you may not find yucca out there, you may find grasses or something else. If you can tie a knot in it, you're probably going to be able to make decent cordage out of it. So that's always a good thing to do. Take and put that through the end, and then put a little half a knot in there. That's just going to hold it in place for us as we tie. So now we have 2 bundles tied up at the top. Okay, sweet. Now what you can do, Pat, if you don't want to tie a knot in there, you can just twist these cords together. And once they kink like that, then I can use that. So I don't have to have a knot in that top end.
Okay.
But it's just as easy one way or the other. I'm going to tie a knot because I have 2 different pieces of cordage here. So I'm going to pull that back apart. And all that I'm going to do is twist this away from me and pull it back over the other cord. Twist away, pull it over. Now again, because this cordage still has some of the green on it, it's not going to look quite as good. What we could do if we wanted this to be a little better is to rehydrate this, let it dry out for a day or 2, then rehydrate it after we scraped it, and all that green will come off of there. But you can see here we're starting to get a pretty decent little piece of cordage. I think Tam can get a close enough shot of that. And that's all these bundle fibers that are twisting together. And you want to make sure that each piece is tight. Let's see, we've still got so much moisture in here. My hands are just turning green, but that's okay. It'll dry out. every once in a while I'll come back along this side like this, Pat, and twist backwards the same way that the wrap is going.
Okay.
Just give it a little extra tightness. This is starting to dry out, so it's looking a little better now, eh?
Yeah.
Is yours drying up?
My hands are.
Yeah, it starts to get real sticky, right?
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's doing what it
Nice.
should be. All right, hey, we'll just finish this off for the video, Pat.
Okay.
So basically what we do, we get to the end of our cordage. We're just going to make another overhand loop. And I'll shove that up through there. And then I'll just pull it tight. And there you go. A finished piece of cordage. Now again, this kind of cordage is a little sticky. You know what that's really good for if we had this thick enough, is that would be really good for an instant bow drill, right? We'd probably want to double wrap it. So if you want to double wrap, you can go back, and this is twisted this way. We would do the opposite. We twist away from us and then push it over. Twist away, push it over. Then we could double wrap that into a thicker strand. Get as thick as you want. 8 ply, 12 ply, 16 ply. Guess you can't go 2, 4, 8, 16. Can't go 12. So that's a quick way to make some cordage out in the bush.
Cool.
Now let's see how your finished product looks. That's awesome. Look at that. That's the first time you made this, Pat?
No.
No?
So I made some here
Made
about
a
a
little
year
bit
ago.
before. Well, this is really good. Now see right here, you got a little bit, you can see where that's wrapped. This smaller cord, I'll pull it apart so you can see.
Yeah.
This cord is wrapped around the other cord.
Okay.
Now watch what happens when I twist it. You see what happens? All that you didn't, it wasn't twisted quite enough.
Okay.
That'll make a weak spot right there. It's not going to be critical
Okay.
probably, but that's a little bit of a weak spot. And what you want to do is make sure that you twist it.
Okay.
That's a fine piece of cordage. I'm proud to see you do that. That's just awesome. Good
Would
job,
you
brother.
wanna wash this
We're
stuff off?
turning into the Incredible Hulk here.
We're,
Yeah, well, what you
nobody
can do,
can say we're not green.
that's right. We practice green wood craft. You can go back here and polish this up on your tree again. Okay, now you want to wait till it dries out, but you come back here and this will pull all the junk off of it and the fibers and stuff, and it'll smooth it out. Another thing that you can do is you'll see that little hairs are going to be on here. When this is dry, you can just run it real quickly through your fire and it'll singe off those hairs. Now your cordage will just be like a piece of store-bought. Cool. Good job, brother. This is Dave Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. Pat Rohrman with
MTKnives.net.
he figured it out now, and we're glad to be with you for this video. This will probably be a couple of videos, but we're going to put the fire out and head back up. We've got a shelter, we've got fire. We're in pretty good shape here. So Pat's going to be coming down here regularly and doing some more videos for you guys. Anything you want to say to everybody?
I'll tell you what, if you want to learn what it takes to be more self-sufficient, and just if you ever find yourself in need, David can teach you all that you need to know, whether it means making cordage, and I've learned a lot from him this weekend. I appreciate you coming and taking the time to impart that knowledge onto me. He's taught me how to flint and steel and start a fire that way, and showed me some tips on the bow drill and how to wrap cordage. There's just countless stuff I've learned here in the last couple days, and I appreciate you taking the time to teach me what you know, and then in turn, I can pass that on and teach others.
Well, we appreciate you, bro. So, my pleasure. This is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. Pleased to have you with us for this video. Join us again real soon as we get to another video, do some more skills out in the bush. Till then, have a great day. We're going to get up there and wash this green off. Pat makes some soap, and we're going to show that on another video. So get up there and clean up and see if it works. Let's get this fire out here, Pat.
All right.
Yeah, throw some of that sprinkled water up in there. Pat, here's another great fire extender. Old cow or buffalo chip. So I'll pass the chip to you, brother, and use that in your next fire.
Thanks.
Cook your dinner on it.